Thank you, Hannah. Well, temperatures are starting to warm up after the deep freeze that we saw earlier this week, but we have a long way to go before the balmy days of spring. In this edition of Chipping Around the Grand Strand, meteorologist Scotty Powell takes us back to a milder time on the Grand Strand with some tips on how to warm up your game before you get to the green.
We're out here at World Tour Golf Links, and it is a beautiful day out here, but sometimes we are struggling to make it to our tee time, so we have to kind of rush through the process, and we don't really get to practice on the range. And so, Andrew, we've got your fitness guy out here, and he's going to show us some quick tips on how to warm up before our tee round.
So first thing we're going to start off with is we're going to warm our ankles up a little bit. You know, we show up on the golf course and ankles are kind of, they're kind of, put into place. They just don't want to move. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some ankle circles. I want to see going up on the toe, roll that down to the outside of your foot, to the heel, to the inside, nice and controlled. We're going to do those, just working that ankle around. That's really good, Andrew. Now let's go counterclockwise. Go the opposite direction. Of course, we want to do both ankles equally. We're going to try and be as symmetrical as possible. Now, of course, we want to take that up top a little bit. We want to work on our wrists, so we're going to do some wrist rolls first. So just taking your hands, rolling your wrists around, get those nice and loose. All right, now I'm going to have you put your hands together. And at this point, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together, pulling apart on those hands. We're just going to do little circles forward. Do 5 of them. And now we're going to reverse that. Still pulling those hands apart. Go ahead and relax that for a second. Now we're going to push them together. So you're going to feel your chest activate. So what we're doing right now is a little bit of activation exercise so that our T-spine can rotate properly. Now our next thing we're going to do is what's called a staggered stance open book. So with our staggered stance, we just want to take one step back, nice and soft in our knees, and athletic. Bringing your hands out front, you can drop the club. Now we're just going to open this hand up all the way and then open this hand up. Now what you're going to feel is when you take that hand away, you're going to feel internal rotation of the hips again and external rotation of the hip again. And we're just really working those shoulder blades, making that T-spine do its job. Now we're going to just switch feet. So whatever foot you had forward before, take a step back with the other, and we're going to open that up. Really focus on just working those shoulder blades. And then you can just go ahead and rest from that. A few other things that we can do, but those are our main activators that kind of opens the body up.
Awesome. Well, we thank you guys for showing us how we can warm up before the round. And hopefully if you find yourself in that jam where you don't have enough time to get out on the range, you can practice some of these exercises.